morning, everybody. Welcome to Power Plays Palace, man. And we are here on this Wednesday morning, hump day as they call it. So let's see what we got, man. In the chart yesterday, man, the SPY was doing this thing, I think. And I mean acting like SPY. Some level of predictability, thinking you got it figured out, then boom, it right back at you. But let's look at the chart from yesterday, man, and see what we got here. So yesterday, man, we had a previous day high of 765.23, previous day low of 762.08, pre-market high of 768.01, and 764.40 was our pre-market low. And so what we were looking at is if SPY was able to break and hold above the previous day high and push to that pre-market high, then we're looking at 769, 77, 772, and 774. And on the same time, is if SPY was not able to break through and get back to that pre-market high, on that previous day high headed towards that pre-market high, then we were going to be looking for targets starting going down at the pre-market low of 764.40, 763, 762, 762.08, 760, and 758. And so that's what we were looking at for yesterday. And so what we're going to do now is let's take a look at how SPY was acting yesterday, man. All right, so we talk about this unpredictability. So when we put the chart up, like I said, SPY had made this pre-market high and established this pre-market low. It never really got back into that area. Around 7 o'clock, it started to push up, and it got to 767.07, which was above the previous day high, but it still hadn't got back to that previous that pre-market high. And then you get this strong wick up here at the top. Then you get some more selling candles, a big selling candle here, and then we get some consolidation. As SPY consolidates for a little while, then the regular market opens at 9:30. You got 766.77. So we still, right there around that previous day's, above that previous day's high. But what we're running into is we can't, push past that. And look at that, we get rejection candle, red, doji, and then it goes and it shoots all the way down to 763.07. So, based on the new market times and the way things are going in the pre-market, if you played this, around that new market area around 8, 9 o'clock before the market opened, you could have got into those puts right around 767.03 after it rejected, trying to get back to 768.01, and you could have rode that all the way down to 763.07, and been probably done by 10:30, because that's a $4 move. And then after that, this is a long count on the 5-minute chart. It pushes back up and it comes back to 764 before it comes back down, almost breaking that area. But y'all remember that gap from yesterday when it gapped up pre-market? It closed that gap. When it came back down, it closed it. This candle right here closed that gap. So you see that? All right. And then it pushed all the way back up to 765, came down back to 764 area again, consolidated back to 765, then, back to 764, kind of stayed in that range. I guess I call that consolidation. And then closed out the day, the regular session at 765.86, and it got over here, and then the overnight session kind of just stayed neutral in the same area for pulling back right here before it closed at 8 o'clock. See, that's 7:50 p.m., 764.83, still in that same dollar range. And then this morning it opened up at 765.63, and that's where we currently sit. So we're going a little sideways right now. If you can really look at it on this chart, on this a 5-minute chart, but look, we've been in this same little range. So if it breaks out of this range, going one way or the other, it should be pretty good. So there we go right there. So if you played the chart on yesterday, you could have rolled it down to the 763 target right here, and you would have been okay. So you would have been able to make, you know, about 3 target areas before you get to 763. So I consider that a pretty good day. So if you played the chart yesterday, good job, man. You probably came up. Let's look at the chart for today. Right now we got 766.77 is the high of the day from yesterday. The previous day low is 763.07. That's a pretty good range. Pre-market though, we in that range, that battleground, 765.09, 765.82 for the pre-market highs and lows. And what we're gonna look for, if spot can push past this 765.82, and it becomes that support for them, then we're gonna look for that previous day high 766.77, and then from there we're looking at 768, 770, 772, and 774, and that's gonna be pretty good right there. And then the other thing that we'll be looking for is, we in this tight range. It could push out at any time, and it might make a real strong move in either direction after that. It's like coiling up of a snake. Sometimes it coils up, stay in these ranges, and consolidate that pressure build, and then boom, it just pop out. But if we test the 765.82 and then we get rejected and we fall below the VWAP, you understand? I watched that VWAP, because we're in a tight area. I will be probably watching the VWAP, and then from there, if it breaks and holds below 765.09, after it pushed down maybe a retest, then we're going to target 764, 763.07, and that's the previous day low. 763.07, 764 is one of those psychological levels. And then from there, we got 762, 760, 758, and 756. And that'll be our targets for today. Our goal is to make sure that we don't overextend ourselves, try to stay positive in the trades. And when it's time to take profit and move on. Don't go into the market with bias. And then you should have a better result. Now, this is not financial advice, just some ideas from a guy who trades every day. But, if it helps you, then that's what it is, man. Take heed to it. These are things that I've just noticed. Be patient with the market. I know you don't want to miss nothing, but there's always going to be big moves in the market, so you can take your time. But as of right now, what we got going on, we got to watch this SPY continue to coil up, and we're gonna see what happens. These 5-minute candles, and right now it's 6:37, so we'll see what happens here in a minute. I think it's gonna be a lot of volume coming in around about 7 o'clock. People start waking up, and we'll see what happens from there. But in the meantime, listen, take your time, be careful, and don't overextend. And this your boy, man, with Power Plays Palace. This your man. We here. Good luck on the trading today. This is not financial advice. I want to say that again. This is just strictly for educational purposes without being financial advice. And these are ideas from a person that trades every day. But if you look at the chart, and if it helps you, hey, man, like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let us know how we doing over here, man. Power Plays Palace. And that's what we got for now. Y'all have a good day. It's Wednesday. Go out and make some money on the charts, man, and do your thing. Power Plays Palace, man. We out of here.